You're with the Breaker-Leggers! And we are in South London at the Southwark Playhouse
to see a brand new British musical, Bananaman
the Musical. So stay tuned to find out how many legs,
whether it's break a leg or leg it.
Before you lovely people go any further,
To make sure you've always got your finger on the theatrical pulse,
for theatre news, reviews and interviews,
just hit subscribe now.
and also make sure you comment below.
Yeah, we've had some really nice comments recently, so a big shout out to Gwion Jones, we see you, and also Marquise. Great comments, thank you.
Anything you're excited about, theatre coming up, this particular show, let us know.
Yeah.
So, Bananaman the Musical, come on, tell me, what do we know about this?
Well, the original 1980s comic strip was written and developed by Dave Donaldson and Steve Bright and featured in various comic books, including the Beano and the Dandy.
Yes.
The story of Bananaman was probably most famously told in the comic animation, TV animation.
Do you remember it?
Yeah, I used to love it from the 1980s because we are children of the 80s.
I do remember it, but I can't say I was any big particular fan of it, so it's a bit of an odd one to come back as a musical.
Yeah, I think there's a huge cry out for nostalgia pieces at the moment, and there's a lot of 80s kids that remember really fond memories of that time.
It was acceptable in the 80s.
It certainly was. Now, the Bananaman story is a parody of traditional superhero stories. It tells the story of Eric Wimp, who eats a banana and develops amazing superpowers to fight evil.
Wow, who knew?
It's a tale as old as time, really.
Was it a bit of a pull to try and get people to eat bananas, perhaps?
Maybe it's like the British version of Popeye. Popeye was all about spinach. Eric Wimp and Bananaman, all about potassium levels. Fast forward to 2018 and Bananaman is now a musical with a book, music and lyrics by British composer Leon Parris and directed by Mark Perry. It's here at the lovely Southwark Playhouse. We've had great times here in the past.
Yes, we love it. We saw, we think Grey Gardens was our last time here 2 years ago with a fantastic cast.
Yeah,
Jenna Russell.
Yeah, that was amazing. And Sheila Hancock,
Yep.
phenomenal. We also saw Xanadu here, which I love, one of my favourite musicals.
And also the fantastic play Casa Valentina.
So, great things from the Southwark, high expectations for this one. It's 150 minutes, but there is a 20-minute interval.
So we'll catch you then. So we've come to the interval of Bananaman the Musical here at the Southwark Playhouse, which means it's time for the Breaker-Leggers
30-second interval breakdown.
Go! What do you think so far?
I'm enjoying it. I think it's good fun. I think it knows itself. I think it's really faithful to the books. The music is pitched really well. It's got that cartoony style. I'm having a good time. It's a little bit long. What about you?
It's a little bit long. It's extremely well done. It's a very small space. I think already the star is kind of the baddie.
Mark Pickering.
Yes, Mark Pickering. He is so funny, cast brilliantly. He's carrying the show for me. I'm loving it. I hope it doesn't fall at the last hurdle.
Well, we come to the end of Bananaman the Musical at the Southwark Playhouse. What are your thoughts?
Wow, I had such a good time. I tell you, people have a hard time of making me laugh. I do not give my laughs very easily. However,
Dead behind the eyes.
It's true. It's almost as if there's a cold stone
Swinging brick.
in place of my heart. I just don't.
You don't feel.
I don't know what
takes
it
a
is.
lot.
It takes a lot. I think because a lot of stuff is predictable, and I can almost see a couple of lines ahead, the punchlines. This, however, completely sideswiped me, knocked me for six. Such brilliant comic timing. The writing is really funny. I was lolling and laughing. I was grinning from ear to ear. I think possibly my cheeks were a bit kind of like numb from grinning for the whole 150 minutes, including 20 minutes interval that is Bananaman the Musical.
And I think that's the point. It's not going to win the Pulitzer Prize, but it's going to give you a great night's entertainment. It's going to make you smile, feel nostalgic, feel entertained, and just kind of have a great time. I bounced out of that theatre, really.
Yeah, I was worried going into it. I was thinking, oh no, what is this going to be? seriously, but it absolutely knows itself. It knows it's taken the mickey. It knows it's just fun. The absolute comic genius is in the baddies.
Yes.
Who knew? It's nothing to do with the heroes. Get rid of Bananaman. It's all about the baddies, the two comic parts, which was it Dr. Gloom?
Yeah.
Dr. Gloom and
General Blight.
General Blight, played by
General Blight was Carl Milani.
Carl Milani, he's just so camp.
Yeah.
Which is just brilliant, and they owned the campness, always wanted to sing and dance and play with his guns.
Yeah.
I thought it was a really good balance, and Dr. Gloom, played by
Mark Pickering.
Mark Pickering, is just an absolute gem of a find.
I mean, he's got great credits, but he comes into his own with a comic role. Now, you may know Mark from Peter Kay's Soapstar Superstar, Find Me the Next Jesus Christ, kind of pop idol send-up that he did a few years ago, where Mark played R. Wayne. And as a character actor, he is a real gem. He is in exactly the place he needs to be, and his performance alone was worth the admission price.
Yes, I almost worry. The piece is good, but I almost do worry if he wasn't in that role, how much would I have enjoyed this?
He took it to the next level.
So natural, the less he did, the funnier he became.
Absolutely.
The more subtle he was, even amongst the cast of 11, your eyes are almost drawn to him, to follow his journey and his track through the show because of the little nuances he gave. Just so funny. He just wasn't trying.
I think also notable was Jodie Jacobs as Crow. She can belt, and they didn't hold back. They gave her some, big notes, and she carried those with such aplomb. I loved her portrayal of Crow. I loved the accents that she did. I loved her embodiment of the character, and I was just very impressed with Jodie's work.
Yeah, she's got a fantastic voice, very committed performer. I just felt experience from her. I can tell she's been in, I imagine, some big shows and some big stuff.
She has. One of the most recent credits she has was Disaster the Musical, Seth Rudetsky's baby, of Jack Plotnick, which we should have seen, didn't catch it, but yeah, I can imagine she was great.
It was good. Anybody else that stood out?
Mark Newham as Eric Wimp. I thought the kind of, the non-Bananaman, the Bananaman alter ego, the normal everyday, he was great. He had a lovely voice, but he had a real vulnerability and believability about him, which I enjoyed.
Yeah, I think it's really well crafted musical, actually. I would say, if I'm honest, I thought it was too long.
Yeah. Especially at one.
I think I'd have to be cruel to be kind, and I'd want to take out about 30 to 35 minutes of material, which is a shame actually, because a lot of the songs were great, and I could tell it was a very good score, beautifully layered and arranged vocal arrangement. From what I could hear, there was only about 4 in the band, but they had great sound. I think it was percussion, bass, guitar, and keys, but a great sounding sound.
Yeah.
But I think you just have to be brutal, which I know would be tough with this, because I think there's a lot of very good material.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Just for slickness' sake, it would be a very tough decision on the director to take anything out, but I think it would benefit from it. I think the audience would probably just be kind of carried along a little bit lighter on their feet if it was slimmed down a little.
But
it's not far off being pretty bloody solid.
I would also say my only disadvantage of this venue, being such a small venue, is the sound balance at times was very difficult. I think that people were fighting to be heard because they're so close. I think there's 5 or 6 rows of seating on 3 sides. And again, there were times when they were all singing that I could tell they were making a great sound. And I could tell that the arrangements were great, and there were lots of counterparts almost going on at times. But in those big numbers, when there was a lot going on, I lost a lot of the diction and kind of the clarity of text. on what was going on.
And I think that's a sacrifice that the director has had to make by having it in a thrust staging in such a small environment.
Yeah.
I can forgive them, they did the very best they could, but yes, technically in this space could have been better. Now maybe it was where we were sat, who knows, because that's where we were sat. But I did find I lost some lyric at times, and I wished I hadn't, because the lyrics were witty and clever.
Yeah, the ones we heard, I thought, such brilliant writing. Some of the baddie songs with very quick lyrical writing and rhyming.
The wit
is very, very good and delivered so well that it's. And do you know what? That was kind of sung more solo, so we picked up every word. And there were numbers that I felt just didn't quite land because the audience were going.
What was that? Sorry?
Well, I can tell it's probably funny because it's in, but I don't know what it is. Which is why also, I was talking to the musical supervisor, done a fantastic job, Alan, I don't know
Alan Berry.
Alan Berry, done a fantastic job. They need to make a cast album.
Yes.
And if they make a cast album, I recommend you get it. Look for it on Spotify and give it a good listen. Because this is a grower, clever, lovely arranged, and in the style, almost in the style of what it would have been in the 80s.
Yeah, I felt that too. I mean, they have used the music from Bananaman. I recognise the theme tune which is in there, albeit lyrical now, and also the outro music. Bananaman had some fantastic outro music over the end credits, which has now been turned into a song. Other than that, it's totally new music, but it's a real kind of homage to the 80s and to that carefree Saturday morning television 80s kids TV, which, who doesn't love that? Who doesn't love that?
Yeah, I think it's very nostalgic. I think it knows its audience. I was trying to work out, do you have to know Bananaman to get this? I don't know Bananaman that well, but I still think it works.
Yeah, it does work. I think it would help to know Bananaman, but it's certainly not a necessity. I think you're wondering how many legs?
Yes, so for Bananaman the Musical, here at the Southwark Playhouse, we, the Breaker-Leggers, are gonna give... Four legs!
Yeah, just a great night, entertainment, carefree, kick off the worries of the day, heart back to a simpler time, come to the Southwark Playhouse and have a laugh. If you know comic books, if you know Bananaman, this is going to work on many different levels for you. But even if you don't, I guarantee a smile on your face.
Yes, it knows exactly what it is. It's great fun. Now, the strange thing is, this has been in previews for quite a while.
Yeah.
And now this run only runs up until the end of this month.
Yeah, I believe the 25th of January, so there's not long to get it. But who knows, depending on press reviews, it might have a future elsewhere.
I think it will.
What it is a love letter to itself and to the Beano and to that sort of slapstick, typically British humour. It's come from a place of a lot of love and a lot of respect and a lot of understanding of the source material. And when you see someone being so passionate about the things they love, it's a joyous thing.
Yeah, and we didn't mention the director or the choreographer.
No. Director Mark Perry.
Mark Perry, yeah, you.
And Grant Murphy, choreographer and associate director.
I thought they did really well. I've got to say, to make something move that fluently within that space, within any kind of small space, it can be tricky, can be stale, but I thought you did a really good job. Really good job.
Well, that's just what we thought.
Yeah, please let us know what you think.
Yeah, leave us a comment below. Make sure you've hit the subscribe button so you know what's going on. Give us a follow on Twitter. We're the Breaker-Leggers, and we'll catch you again soon. Bye.